Welcome back, y'all. I'm Andre Thompson, privileged bow hunter. Hey, what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna shoot my Matthews lift. I'm gonna shoot some iron wheel wides. I'm gonna shoot several broadheads and some field points. And basically I'm gonna do that at some different ranges and see how they're grouping. In theory, the sever should be money, the field point should be money because I broadhead tuned with the iron wheel wides. So then everything with a more favorable flight profile should, they all should fly well, but I need to be able to see it before I'm confident. It's kind of crunch time. Today is Sunday, I fly to Lanai tomorrow, but before I get in the video and take y'all on this journey, please, if you've been watching the videos, hit the bell notification. If you've already subscribed, if you haven't subscribed, do it, it costs you nothing. It does everything for us in the algorithm. Let's go. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shoot this iron wheel wide, and this is gonna be at 40 yards. If there is a downside of shooting wide broadheads, it's trying to fit all of these arrows into a quiver. All right, so I'm 40 yards on the dot. I'm not into testing my sight tape territory just yet. All right, that's looking about an inch left of the tape. So that was the iron wheel wide. Let's see what the sever is hitting. That one's on the tape, and then let's shoot a field point. Let me do this. I'm gonna walk back about 10 yards and put this field point on that bell, because just in case any of those are hitting right next to each other, with me flying out tomorrow, I really only have 6 arrows that I had time to make. I can't risk losing one of them. Okay, 40 on the dot right here. All right, let's go check it out. Oh, hey, y'all have been hearing me whine and complain and beg and plead for Uncle Iron Will Bill to come out with the titanium impact collars, right? The titanium impact collars for the Eastern Axis 200. And they're here. If you can see, my footers, I was shooting the ones, they were like 40 or 60 grains. I think they were 60 grains, and then I had somebody cut them down to at least knock off a few, and it got it down to 30, or it got it down to 40. So these are only 10 grains, so this knocked off 30 grains over my overall arrow weight. I was hunting with a 630 grain arrow. Now I'm down to 595. Uncle Iron Will Bill, I knew you loved me. I appreciate it. So I shot this one in 40 because, like I said, I didn't want to get caught up in that group down there. So this one is a little high and left, but that was at 40 yards. Remember, I just stepped back. I paced back 10 yards and let it fly again. This right here is the fixed blade. So this one is also a little high and left. I wonder if that'll be a consistent trend. And then the sever is sitting here in the center of the tape. So I'm gonna do a step back to 50 and shoot them again. And then 50 will be really the max of what I'm gonna reach out to with these fixed blades. Anything further than that, then I'll be shooting with the mechanicals. That's why I keep the golf bag, if you will, of broadheads. Okay, here we go, 50 yards, 600 grain, Eastern Axis 200 with the iron wheel wide. It's a single bevel with the bleeders, 50 yards. Let's see where we at. That one's a little low and left. That didn't feel like my best shot, to be honest with you. It was not even a feel. It was, the pin was low when the arrow broke off, but that's fine. I think it's probably safe to shoot a field point down there because this group isn't the greatest. So I've shot a lot over the weekend because I came out here yesterday, shot my broadheads. I just wanted to see if everything was on point. And my broadheads and my field points were not close. And so I was back to the drawing board last night in my garage. I'm talking like midnight. Cam off, switching top hats, the whole nine. I went to the range this morning. Basically, I skipped a step, which I usually never do, and it came back to bite me. And tomorrow is the hunt. But I'm feeling pretty good now. All right, let's check them out. All right, so this is the big fixed blade. Oh. Little on the left. I'm a fan of single bevel. Not necessarily because of the penetration, although I'm sure everybody claims you get added penetration, whatever. I don't necessarily care about that. I like the single bevel wide because it's just quicker for me to sharpen, to be honest with you. I gotta match the bevel on one side, go until I get a burr, and then I just knock the burr off on the other side. Keep doing that with finer and finer grits, and before I know it, the same broadhead that I've been using, I can get it shaving sharp in next to no time, versus the double bevel version of this is gonna require a little bit more effort. So that's my mindset and my theory on why I do this. And I was actually gonna make that a video at some point on basically why I shoot single bevel broadheads. But honestly, guys, there it is right there. Ooh. I'm gonna shoot this 50 again. Just because I've burned my shoulder up so much over the weekend trying to get like last second, get ready for the hunt like I always tell you guys not to do. So I need a few different groups to kind of check the median of this, I guess, if you will. All right, here we go. 50 yards with the fixed blade, 600 or 595 grain, Eastern Axis 200. Little low and left. Oh, another thing that went wrong, going wrong for this. If you notice, I'm shooting a black wise choice, and I normally have that gold knock to it, but it just failed. It started misfiring. I'd pull back, get halfway back, the arrow will release. So I gotta get some new parts from Carter to fix that here shortly too. So this one is a little bit stiffer. So it's like I'm at full draw, and where normally it would release, because that other one I was able to set a little bit lighter, this one is definitely a stiffer release. It's all good though. All right, and lastly, that was just the sever that I just shot, and then this is gonna be the fill point. Okay, I'm gonna leave the bow. We're gonna go check it out. I am excited about this hunt. If I can get some good footage, you're gonna see some different things. You're gonna see me one sticking with a tethered one stick. I'm not gonna be hiking in with the Eberly Stocks pack. So you'll see what I'm doing. It's super light, lost a lot of weight, still got everything in there that I normally would take. So not bad. Okay, so I don't know, one of these is mechanical, one of these is a fixed blade. So obviously fixed blade or mechanical is gonna fly a little bit better. What I could probably do is bump my rest up a little bit and to the left. So I'm gonna shoot one more time and I'll make a decision while I'm shooting. I really hope that didn't jack up that arrow though. Those are right on top of each other. I think I'm clean. What I am getting more comfortable with is the amount that I can preload my my pressure on that wise choice, on that black wise choice that I'm shooting. So that's I guess a pro tip from a non-pro. If you're going to have a backup release, then do your best to set the pressure the same. One thing you can do is tie a string, put a loop in the string, attach one end to your release and another to your to like a bow press or something, where you can pull and see how much pressure it takes for that to release. It's too late for me to do that now with my knock to it, because obviously it's already failed me. So as soon as you get a second release, figure out how much pressure it takes for the first one to go off and do the same thing for the second one. So that way, when you end up in the position that I'm in right now, I'm having to figure out how much I can preload with that pressure on my thumb. And then, because that affects my pull. And in my mind, it's like, it should be breaking. Why is it not going? Why is it not going? That's a process. But as I shoot a couple more groups, now that I'm a little bit more confident in my tune and everything, all this stuff is starting to come back together. I'm gonna shoot one more at 50. I'm gonna think about if I'm gonna play with my rest at all. I probably won't, because really I can keep this to 30 where it was splitting the tape dead center. This being the fixed blade. And then pretty much anything, if I decide to go out past 30, I can use the sever and go from there. Leave below in the comments, guys, what you would do. Would you go ahead and give your rest a little bump, or will you leave well enough alone? Okay, 50 yards. Ooh. Chris circled out of there like Bud Crawford. Let this wind die down a little bit. Hey, one thing this DJI, these microphones don't let the audience respect is the amount of wind that be out here when we're shooting. Felt like it broke cleanly, perfectly. So that was the iron will wide. This one will be the sever. And the fill point. All right, let's go check them out. 50 yards, you can count the steps, although it's not a distance long enough for anybody to lie about. All right, so I'm cool with this group here for my mixed bag, for my golf bag, really. This is, so that's the fixed blade. That's the fill point. They were in about 1.5 inches, 2 inches of each other. And then the mechanical, I'm sure somebody's gonna say something about the lack of penetration that it had. Sure, I mean, it's an inconsistent medium. It could be softer here than there where it hit. But regardless, right, they're all probably like a 3-inch group at 50 yards. I would say that's pretty reasonable. So guys, while I am primarily team fixed blade, there's no reason that you can't have both in your bag. If you're out west and you need to reach out and touch stuff a little bit further than somebody who, hopefully what I'm doing next week is gonna be short range, 30 yards and in from a tree, making it happen. Of course I'm gonna be fixed blade. And even when I'm spotting and stalking out there in Lanai, there's a lot of lantana, a lot of little things that can deflect where a fixed blade broadhead would definitely be superior. So leave below in the comments which one of these would be your primary. When I'm walking around, if I'm walking to the wood or to the tree, from the tree, if I'm spotting and stalking, the iron will wide is gonna be what I have knocked. And then follow-up shots or deer's a little bit further out there for a longer poke, I'll be picking up the mechanical. But really, I've killed a bunch of animals with both, can't really go wrong. All of them have pros and cons. All right, guys, that was me gaining some last second confidence in my setup. Everything was horrible yesterday. The whole car ride home after I left the range was silent. I was trying to figure out what I was gonna do. I was like, okay, my broadheads are hitting left, which means my paper tear would be right, which means I need to shim my cams over to the right. And so I did that. I had an arrow that I stripped all the fletches off. I went back to the paper tuner. I shot this through paper. It was a big tear. I think to the right, I shim the cam over to the right, bring it almost to a bullet hole, adjust the rest a little bit, and then I come out here, guys, and now my grouping, fixed blade, mechanical, field points are all money, and that's really what it's all about. Hey, don't wait till the last second like I did though. Thankfully, I have essentially a bow shop in my garage, but I don't think you can expect to walk in your neighborhood archery shop on a Sunday and get taken care of. But anyways, if you love the video, if you like the video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Share it with your friends, share it with your neighbor. If you don't know how to spell it by now, it's Privileged. We know you know how to spell bow hunter. We love y'all. Peace.